All right, man. Tony Talk. You know what it is, man. All right, man. How y'all doing, man? Hope everybody's good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. All right, so today I came across something online, and it says Friends Kendrick Lamar leak. And I said, I don't know if this is AI. I don't know if this is real, but I'm thinking it's real. You know what I'm saying? And this is a leaked song. Now, I don't know what this song is about. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see what it's about. So we're going to get into that. I'm kind of excited because I never heard this song. I never seen this. But, you know what I'm saying? So let's get it. If it get copyrighted, then I know it's real. You know what I'm saying? And I'll come on the next video and tell y'all it got copyrighted. So before I get into that, I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know the final ones that just don't harass them. Don't sell no merch. Do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is right here. Cash App. No more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers to over 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,000. Yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you are from. Thank y'all, everybody, for the donations and all the cash apps. I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It really helps the channel grow. You know what I'm saying? If you can't donate to the cash app, just you being here with me, hitting that like button, sharing my content, showing people that there is other people out there besides academics who actually does really good commentary and ain't out here talking crazy. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much from the bottom of my heart. Y'all really changed my life. I'm telling y'all right now. And I'm going to keep on going. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to keep this thing going until I can't go no more. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. But look, this is the OT show. And I said I'm the king of the north for me. Let me go to the king to you, bro. All right, so look, man, no more talking. I'm sorry. That was a long one. But I'm pretty excited. Let's get it. All right, man. So let's get it. This is Kendrick Lamar, Friends leak. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what this is about.
This bitch tried to tell me that my woman not black because she light-skinned it with her hair down her back. Now growing up, none of us niggas cared about that. We all off for top ramen. We all in apartments looking at Martin on broke recliners. Whitney, she...
Oh, man. So wait. I don't know how old this song is, but I'm starting to get the feeling that I keep telling y'all, man, Kendrick Lamar is a time traveler, man. I keep telling y'all that, man. He's a time traveler. He said this woman tried to tell me that my woman not black. What? Oh, man. I got to run that back. Let's run that back. Let's go.
This bitch tried to tell me that my woman not black because she light-skinned it with her hair down her back. Now growing up, none of us niggas cared about that. We all off for top ramen. We all in apartments looking at Martin on broke recliners. Whitney, she know. I say, what's your feelings on that? She say, fuck them hoes. She says,
that's a fact. I'm just going to be honest with y'all, right? Niggas never really cared about that. We don't care. Listen, bro. Let me be completely honest with y'all. We really didn't care about that. I mean, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. We didn't care about that. Like, we really didn't. Like, honestly, we cared about just how good you looked. And to be honest with y'all, a lot of us we did like light-skinned girls. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you, but we didn't care about that. We didn't care about none of that. Light-skinned and dark-skinned when we was growing up, we didn't care. We definitely did. So let's keep it going.
to see black women act different. That we all off for top ramen. We all in apartments looking at Martin on broke recliners. recliners. Whitney, she know. I say, what's your feelings on that? She say, fuck them hoes. She say it's sad to see black women act different to other black women, clashing in color, ad-libbing the fuck over each other when half of our mother conditions did the dirty work for us. So what's the dirty work? She said, nigga, we insecure. From a black man, insecurity, lack of perception, lack of maturity, manipulation for sex, only reason for you and me. We tolerate this, your perception of bad.
Yeah, bro, he going crazy right now, bro. I can't even, some of the stuff I can't even keep up with because this is a conversation within the words. You know what I'm saying? I would be here all day breaking this down, and I'm all for it. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. I ain't really doing this too much justice. I need to run this back and need to talk about some of the stuff that he's actually saying in this joint. Because this is, to me, this is deep. I'm talking about, like, this is next level deep. This ain't just some regular rap. You know what I'm saying? This is something that we definitely should be having a conversation about. You know what I'm saying? And I think that there's a big difference between Whitney and Drake. I'll be honest with y'all. I think it's a big difference between the two. And a lot of people probably think I'm crazy for saying that, but they both mix. The same thing I think is a big difference between Logic and Drake. You know what I'm saying? And I think that this conversation should be had when it comes to mixed children in the black community. Now, as far as Whitney goes, and as far as Drake goes, it's two different types of cultures growing up. So when you mix and you grow up in a black culture, we consider you to be black. If you mix and you grow up in a white culture, we consider you to be white. That's just how it goes. I don't think there's nothing wrong with growing up in the white culture and growing up in black culture. That's what it is. That's what it is. So this here to me is much deeper than what I'm conveying right now, and I'm gonna really speak on this because this is the perfect opportunity to say what I really feel about a lot of things. So let's go.
With her head down her back. Now growing up, none of us niggas cared about that. We all off for top rhyming. We all in apartments looking at Martin on broke recliners. Whitney, she know.
And he basically saying, like, we never really cared about all that. You know what I'm saying? We all came from top ramen. We was poor. We all was poor. We all was sitting on a broke recliner watching Martin. We just had a good time. We didn't come from all this bouginess. We didn't come for all that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that is very important for people to take away. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between being mixed and there's a difference between growing up with the black experience. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. Really, really big difference.
I say, what's your feelings on that? She say, fuck them hoes. She say it's sad to see black women act different to other black women, clashing in color, ad-libbing the fuck over each other when half of our mother conditions did the dirty work for us. So what's the dirty work?
And I understand exactly what she's saying. Like, I think that a lot of black women in this country, they do kind of clash at each other when it's convenient for their argument. For example, if there's a light-skinned black woman and a dark-skinned black woman, usually a lot of black women don't really look at light-skinned women as them having some type of, how would I say this? Some type of special treatment. It's the same thing with black men. We do the same thing. Black men do the same thing with light-skinned men. Let's be honest here. Dark-skinned men do the same thing with light-skinned men. We feel like light-skinned men has a privilege like no other. Like they get a special treatment that we don't. And for some cases, they do. And I think that when a light-skinned woman walks in a room, especially a high yellow, red bone walk in a room, it doesn't matter who's in that room, people look at her as if she has the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Dark-skinned women, if they're really dark, people look at them as a rare commodity. So let's say a woman is black as, I don't know, black is this screen over here with the video on. Because there are some women like that. That is like a sought after thing. Like most people look at these women like, and I don't mean to call a woman a thing, but they like, wow. You know what I'm saying? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. That's what some people say. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, like, that's what it is. But it's much deeper than that. And I think what he's speaking on is this is dope, man. Oh my God.
And she say fuck them hoes. She say it's sad to see black women act different to other black women, clashing in color, ad-libbing the fuck over each other when half of our mother conditions did the dirty work for us. So what's the dirty work? She said, nigga, we insecure. From a black man, insecurity, lack of perception, lack of maturity, manipulation for sex, only reason for you and me.
See, I don't know if I totally agree with that part, what he just said. Like, as far as like us being, let me run that back because I gotta understand what he's talking about here. I want to make sure I get it right.
She know. I say, what's your feelings on that? She say, fuck them hoes. She say it's sad to see black women act different to other black women, clashing in color, ad-libbing the fuck over each other when half of our mother conditions did the dirty work for us. So what's the dirty work? She said, nigga, we insecure. From a black man, insecurity, lack of perception, lack of maturity, manipulation for sex, only reason for you and me. We tolerate this.
All right, so basically what he's saying in this part, which I don't 100% agree with, maybe in the context of he's speaking on her situation, but basically the reason why she's here or they here where they're at today is because of the manipulation from whoever was dealing with her mom. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why they're in the situation they're in right now. I'm taking that's what he's saying, that the manipulation came from a man to make a woman insecure, you know what I'm saying, about herself. Now, in some cases, that could be true because I do know a couple of women who the fathers of these women, the fathers of these girlfriends that they definitely made them feel like they wasn't beautiful enough. And that's a tactic that men use to actually keep women around. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. They think that a lot of women think that a lot of women say that they want an actual man who's this perfect guy. But for some reason, from what I'll be seeing most of the time, what I come across, women like men who they can't really control. And they want to know why. It's fascinating to some women to see a man actually don't give them everything they want as far as them talking about how beautiful they are and how lovely they are. A lot of women don't like men who display their emotions and wear their heart on their sleeve. A lot of women like men who they really can't, like, it's intriguing to certain women to find a man that they really can't control them emotionally. Because let's be clear here. There is a dynamic between men and women, and there's a war going on between the genders. And I ain't talking about politically. I'm saying between men and women. And the war would forever go on because there's always going to be a war for who is the leader in the relationship. And women like to be I'm not gonna say dominated, but women like a man who asserts authority, but in a way where he's not being combative or he's being not being a savage about it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that a lot of women like men who don't show emotional instability. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of women like men like that, but they can't tell him that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women don't want to tell men these things. They'll say, well, I want you to be more open and more transparent. But they really don't want that. Because once you display how you really feel, let's be honest here, women will use it against you. And I ain't saying that to be smart or funny. I'm just telling y'all. But the downside is you can never be as close to a woman that you can be if you don't really show your emotional insecurities, I would say. But a lot of men do use they use this tactic against women all the time. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Your perception of bad bitches make us hate the next bitch. So I ain't mad when they be mad, speaking on me, take a jab because I got heart and I look the part with her looking ass. Understand deeper than colorism. dirty work for us. So what's the dirty work? She said, nigga, we insecure. From a black man, insecurity, lack of perception, lack of maturity, manipulation for sex, only reason for you and me. We tolerate this. Your perception of bad bitches make us hate the next bitch. So
now, see, I kind of disagree with that too. Like, well, I don't disagree with that. I actually agree with that. But what he's saying here, what she's saying to him, this is her talking to him. She's basically saying, like, the reason why a lot of these women are insecure is because men out here are saying that this chick is a bad bitch. And they look at that like, well, I'm with you, but you consider that a bad bitch, and I'm just regular. Or even just the point of saying that this person is a bad bitch, and they somehow they feel as though they have to compete or try to get on that level. And that's where the insecurity comes in. So I understand exactly why she said what she said. But at the same time, a lot of women always saying to love yourself and love who you are and love this and that. But yet and still they looking for a certain approval from men when it comes to their looks, which is crazy to me, because a lot of y'all really don't want approval from men because y'all say that that's controlling. But at the same time, what she's saying here is like, oh, well, this man considers that woman a bad bitch. So guess what? I'm going to try to meet that standard. You know what I'm saying? But this all culminates with social media and all that stuff. And I'll get into that in a second. But this is really good. I love this. Let's go.
From a black man, insecurity, lack of perception, lack of maturity, manipulation for sex, only reason for you and me. We tolerate this. Your perception of bad bitches make us hate the next bitch. So I ain't mad when they be mad, speaking on me, take a jab, because I got heart and I look the part with her looking ass. Understand deeper than colorism. I said, what about the ones that pray? She said, fuck them bitches. They be praying on your downfall. Wanna be feminist, turning the serpents around y'all. Maybe I'm sensitive, maybe observant.
All right, man, this is getting real deep. This is deep. So she basically saying, like, all of these women that say that they gonna pray for you or they gonna be in your corner, they're really praying for your downfall. And I understand what Whitney is saying. Like, Whitney is saying, like, and it's coming from a light-skinned woman's point of view. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta understand that. This is not coming from his point of view. This is coming from her point of view, and they probably had this conversation. And she's basically saying, like, a lot of these women are fake. They're fake feminists. They act as if they really love women, but they really don't. And all they do is actually pray for women's downfall, especially a woman that looks like me. Now, I'm not saying she's saying that she look at the way she look as far as her looks, but her skin tone is what we're talking about. The colorism thing. That's what we're talking about. And I think a lot of women are I'm not going to say jealous, but a lot of women feel some type of way about a light-skinned woman. And I'm be honest with y'all, they do. And let's be clear here. A lot of y'all feel that type of way. And this don't have to necessarily be a dark-skinned girl. It don't have to necessarily be, it could be a white girl. But a lot of y'all do feel some type of way about light-skinned women. And I think she's speaking on that, saying, like, these chicks, they see me with my hair long and they see me being light-skinned and I look a certain way. They can't stand it. And she calling that out. And I think that's pretty deep. Like, that she would actually call that out. Let's go.
For you and me, we tolerate this. Your perception of bad bitches make us hate the next bitch. So I ain't mad when they be mad, speaking on me, take a jab, because I got heart and I look the part with her looking ass. Understand deeper than colorism. I said, what about the ones that pray? She said, fuck them bitches. They be praying on your downfall. Wanna be feminist, turning the serpents around y'all. Maybe I'm sensitive, maybe observant, maybe I'm flawed, maybe been through too much. Living life in the ghetto as a woman kept me in cuffs, cause the lights.
All right. That's pretty deep. So basically here she's saying, like, okay, maybe I'm the one that's sensitive. Maybe I'm the one that's going through all these things. Maybe they're not the ones that actually are feeling that way. Maybe I have this attitude of fuck these bitches when I should be the one actually trying to big them up. But maybe it's the mentality from growing up in the ghetto. And that's pretty deep because a lot of women and a lot of men feel that way. A lot of us do have this mind state of I'm not gonna say victimhood, but a lot of this have this mind state of actually pointing the finger at other people or at the situation you're in. You know what I'm saying? And I think that what she's basically saying here is like, well, the reason why I'm probably like this is because I was always on edge and people always treated me this way growing up in the hood or growing up in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So now when I'm out of the ghetto, I probably, I'm a little bit jaded. I feel this way because this is my upbringing. And I think that that's actually pretty accurate because a lot of us are like that. Even me, I used to be insensitive. I used to be sensitive about certain things that went on. Like I got a burn on my arm, and I used to be very sensitive because people used to always listen and used to always talk crazy about me. You know what I'm saying? And there was other things too, which I'll tell y'all eventually. But you know what I'm saying? That kind of bothered me, and I think that I'm very insecure about these things when I walk around. Still to this day, it's a traumatic experience that actually weighed on me heavy, and I think that some of these traumatic experiences, they might be small when you're a kid, but when someone's talking about you being a certain color and they're all dark skinned and they're talking about you being light skinned, that's very traumatic to children, especially because they don't feel like they actually, are wanted.
Get picked on, the dark skins don't get picked. Whoever true down job, maybe I'm sensitive, maybe observant, maybe I'm flawed, maybe been through too much. Living life in the ghetto as a woman kept me in cuffs. Cause the light skins get picked on, the dark skins don't get picked. Whoever true size need to die so we can exist. Friends.
All right, so that was pretty deep. He said the light skins get picked on, which is true, and the dark skinned women get picked. I said that earlier. A lot of dark skinned people feel like it's a war between light skin and dark skin, and that comes from, we all know where that comes from. I'm not going to give y'all a history lesson, but I think that light skinned people feel like they get picked on because they're between dark and light, and dark skinned people get talked about because people don't really want to associate themselves with them. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy to me. Not everybody, because there's some people who always, there's some people who say, I want a dark skinned baby, blah, 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 blah. And some people who say that. But at the same time, we don't necessarily get picked because we are dark. So let's go.
How many a woman kept me in cuffs? Cause the light skins get picked on, the dark skins don't get picked. Whoever true size need to die so we can exist. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Let's be friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. I seen the liars, I seen the opportunists, I seen the tired, I seen my own flesh and blood try to sue me. I seen it coming, this day's made desires. I give and give.
Yeah, this is pretty deep. So he said he see the liars, you know what I'm saying? He seen his own family try to sue him. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's speaking to her saying, well, I understand what you're going through, and I see a lot of the same stuff that you see. And maybe he's going to say, well, it's not as bad as you making it out to be, because all the stuff that he's probably going through or been through, it's much deeper than what she's going through. Maybe that's what he's going to say. Or he could be saying, I seen a different side of what you're saying. You're saying that, but I see a different side and it's wrong too. Maybe he's saying that. It could be taken two different ways. This is amazing.
I seen the liars, I seen the opportunists, I seen the tired, I seen my own flesh and blood try to sue me. I seen it coming, this day's made desires. I give and give till I can't give no more. Then forget to forgive once I don't feel no more. Who took advantage of you? How foul do you gotta play to get the W? They'll smile in your mother face, then try to hustle you. Wish I could make this all up I can.
Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? How like I forgave so much that I forget to forgive because I don't feel no more. You know what I'm saying? And they said, who's smiling in your mother's face? You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, it's a bunch of y'all out here who ain't really doing the right thing. And y'all out here really playing this role. Some of y'all will actually smile in one of my loved one's face. It's so crazy that y'all would do that. And I understand exactly what he's saying right here. You know what I'm saying? And this could be him reflecting what he's going through and with kind of the same way she's going through it. But he's actually telling her, you know, I've been through the same thing you've been through, just in a different way. And it also could be saying like, he's speaking on friends, and he's saying like, this is probably why he don't have too many friends. This could be that, and why she probably don't either, and why they are friends.
Not share enough of me. It was the verses. How do you gotta play to get the W? They'll smile in your mother face, then try to hustle you. Wish I can make this all.
He said, how foul do you gotta play to get the W? Now, the reason why I think that this song is where I say Kendrick is a time traveler is because all of this stuff Drake said, and this song came out obviously before the whole beef happened. You know what I'm saying? Before the battle happened. And Drake spoke on a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Kendrick Lamar knew that Drake was going to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? I think he knew. And this is like basically him saying these things now. Now and again, does this make Drake a time traveler too? But no, but I do believe that Drake kind of knew what to attack. And I think Kendrick Lamar, he kind of foreseed that. I think he's like 10 steps ahead of a bunch of these people when it comes to stuff. So let's keep going.
I cannot share enough of me. It was them versus us. Had to swap out my company. No more you fuck with me. Maybe I'm too sensitive to ever live with betrayal, especially when my intentions is to set sail. The family fortune further with goals, but that's a fantasy unfortunate, cause now I know friends.
So, okay. So now he's basically saying like, it's a lot of people in his family that probably don't bang with him like that, or he don't bang with because they did some things to him that he just not really banging with. And I think that he's sitting here saying like, no matter what happens, my family, I'm going to always take care of my family. But at the same time, like, it's going to be my immediate family or my close family, because you see what happens when all these things happen. And I basically, you know what I'm saying, tell him like, I ain't going to be sitting here dealing with this no more. And I think he kind of fed up. I think what he's saying in this part, he's kind of fed up. Like, he really don't want to deal with a lot of the stuff that he's dealing with when it comes to his family. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty dope.
I'm too sensitive to ever live with betrayal, especially when my intentions is to set sail. The family fortune further with goals, but that's a fantasy unfortunate, cause now I know friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Let's be friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends. Never turn they back when you need them. Friends. It's way too many ops to mistreat them. Friends. Can look at you and know that something's wrong. Friends. Should motivate you where your heart belongs.
All right. So, all right. Again, this makes me believe that this guy is a time traveler. Like, listen to what he said right here.
Friends. Never turn they back when you need them. Friends. It's way too many ops to mistreat them. Friends. Can look at you.
Never turn your back when you need them. There's way too many ops to mistreat them. So basically he's saying like, always be good to your friends. Don't turn your back on them, especially when they need you, because there's a lot of ops out there that you can actually treat wrong. Don't treat your friends wrong. Treat your friends good. At least be a good friend. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to be the best friend, but at least be a good friend. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too many ops out here for you to actually treat your friends like an op. Like, for real.
Ones we can depend on. Friends. Never turn they back when you need them. Friends. It's way too many ops to mistreat them. Friends. Can look at you and know that something's wrong. Friends. Should motivate you where your heart belongs. Friends. Keep secrets and never turn to judge you. Friends.
That's true too. A lot of your friends are really not your friends. If your friends, every time you turn around, they say little stupid shit like, oh, what you doing, your little show? What you doing? Like, oh, why you doing that? Or what you need this for? And like, you don't really need friends like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Any friend and that's just me, maybe I'm paranoid, maybe I don't know. Any one of your friends say that you do something little, they don't like what you're doing. And they're really not a good friend. If you do something, if one of your friends say, what you doing, your little show? If they say that, they really ain't your friend like that. Or they really don't care for what you're doing. Nobody's going to downplay what you're doing. Oh, go ahead and do your little show. And like, like, nah. Nobody's going to do that. If they care about what you're doing. And that could be through anything. What, you fixing your little car? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm not feeling that. And on top of that, most of the time, if you doing something, I'm gonna be fully transparent with y'all, right? A good portion of my friends don't even know that I do podcasting. Only about 2, right? Now, that goes to show you that a lot of my so-called friends or people who say they're my friends are not really even around like that. You know what I'm saying? They know me, but when we were growing up, I would think that we would always keep a close, tight-knit thing. And I know this has nothing to do with the song. Well, it actually does have something to do with the song, but still in all. But that's what I'm saying. A good portion of my friends, they not even around no more. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even know what I do. They don't. It's crazy. Like a lot of them, like I don't know, like I don't hear from, like I travel a lot. And a lot of my friends that are what I would say is supposed to be my friends, they don't even know. And then like when I talk to them about certain things, if I do actually talk to them, I'll say something and they don't even know. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll say, yeah, well, I didn't there. They be like, they'll try to tell me about something else. But I understand exactly what you're saying. Let's keep it going. Bring that back some.
It's way too many ops to mistreat them. Friends. Can look at you and know that something's wrong. Friends. Should motivate you where your heart belongs. Friends. Keep secrets and never turn to judge you. Friends. Don't say they love you, but show they love you. Friends. Always looking out for your best interests. Friends. Make more friends with good intentions. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Let's be friends.
Pretty deep, man. Pretty deep song, man. I love it. Yeah, man. I love it, man. That was pretty deep, man. I ain't gonna lie. A lot to say on that. That's one of those joints that I probably could actually do another video on and talk about some more stuff in there. But yeah, man. So tell me what y'all think about that leak, that song, man. I'm glad I found that and put that out. You know what I'm saying? Friends, how many others have them? Like, so basically, this is what this was about. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out of here. Peace. Bye.